Hey, B, what's on tap for today?
Hey, welcome back.
What's doing today?
Well, last time we talked about the principles of freehand sketching with pictorial drawings. Today, I think I'm going to take you at the very beginning with the types of pencils we're going to use, and then I'm going to show you some tricks that I use for freehand sketching.
That's cool. Can't wait.
And later on, we'll get into the principle of the plastic box, which I'll show you in a little bit.
Hey, what's that book you're reading?
What am I reading? This was a book written by my old mentor, Marty Kaiser. He's a true entrepreneur. He became a multimillionaire in the electronics world. He started out working for RCA and started up his own company designing bomb detection devices and surveillance equipment for the government.
Awesome, B. Awesome.
Pretty cool, huh?
Hey, what's with the sweatshirt?
Oh, I went to Ball State University for a year to get my master's degree. It was probably the best year of my life. The people out there were really nice. On the very first day that I got close to the campus, I had pulled off the side of the road, and to check my bearings, I was reading my map, and this old pickup truck pulled out alongside of me with the fenders flapping. It was really beat up. And two guys got out of the thing, and I thought, gee, I'm going to be really in trouble now.
I guess.
Being a kid from New Jersey, having people come by to see what you're doing sometimes always wasn't a good thing.
You betcha.
It turns out they were just checking to make sure that I was okay. If I needed any help, they would help me. And that's the way I found most of the people in Indiana like. No matter where I went in Indiana, there was somebody always there to help me.
That's cool.
I only spent a year there, but the people just changed my life. And I recommend anyone who is looking for a school to check out Ball State University.
I'll look into it, B.
They have a wonderful school of architecture. We'll be talking about architecture later on in the plastic box principle. I went there to learn to become a teacher and to get my master's degree in education, but they taught me a lot more than just education. They taught me about a way of living. And they're still like that out there. They're very nice people. And
Not here, B. Not anymore.
I highly recommend to go out to Muncie, Indiana and visit Ball State University.
Make any friends, B?
Yeah, I made some good friends there. And I still have lifelong friends there. There are two famous people that you probably know that went there. They were there at the same time I was. One was David Letterman and Jim Davis, who created Garfield.
What do you think about Letterman, B?
What do I think about David Letterman? Well, I mean, we were just kids then. I mean, we were just kids on campus and just trying to get our education out of the way, learn a few things.
What's your take on that guy, Mr. B?
What do I think of David Letterman? Well, you have to hand it that he's made a good living at what he does. I mean, he's made millions. The only thing I don't like is the way he treats people, which is not typical of the people from Indiana. I mean, I don't like the idea of making fun of people, and I wouldn't make fun of you.
Thanks, B. Thanks a lot.
So, or getting rich on making fun of you, which is what he does. Jim Davis and David Letterman both have been very generous to Ball State. They've both contributed back to them. And, well, that's so much for that. Let's go over to the table, and I'll show you the types of pencil we're going to use first, and then I'm going to show you my secrets for freehand sketching, which I think is important because in order to communicate like we did with pictorial drawings, being able to sit down with someone and being able to draw without the use of any mechanical device will be a big help to you. So I'll show you those techniques, and then we'll use those techniques for some of the projects we'll be doing. Okay, let's take a walk.
Hey, cool, let's go. Hey, by the way, I love Garfield. He's my favorite.
Well, let's get started with pencils. This is my collection. Oh, look, an isometric drawing right on the front.
I had fun drawing that bee.
The pencils that you're normally used to using, which are number 2s, are actually, in the overall set, they're called HB. In some cases, you might find some pencils that have both designations on the pencil. And we're going to take it from there. The overall chart of things, I'm going to hold up like this, and then I'll switch over to the lower camera so you can see it. The HB is kind of here off to the center a little bit. On one end, it goes from HB all the way over to 9H. This set only goes up to 6H. On the other end, the softer end, it goes from B, my favorite,
Funny bee.
to, in the B series, it goes up to 8B, which is really soft. So at one end we have 8B, which is very soft. At the other end, on the H side of HB, it becomes up to 9H, which is so hard it basically just puts a dent in your paper. Draftsmen like to use the series that run from 2H to 6H. In many cases they'll make and start laying out things first with a 6H, and then they'll go back over and darken things with a 2H, which I'll give you a heads up on that a little bit later on and what draftsmen use. So again, remember HB is kind of here in the middle. And then as we go up higher, and I'll put this again under the camera so you can see it. And again, I'm going to be using a B lead, just the beginning B lead, or maybe a 2B in what I do. Now, it's really important that you're able to sharpen your pencil and vary the point thickness on your pencil. Now, you're used to going to a sharpener kind of like this one, and you're sharpening it. But this one's a little bit different, because what this does is I can set this on the end, so as I begin to sharpen this, I'm not really sharpening it. I'm just taking and extending the lead out far enough so I can use it with a pointer. As you can see, it has a larger shaft than it would normally would. And I can use that with this pointer. And I can control the overall point thickness by adjusting this just by spinning this around. And right now I have it really sharp, which is about so sharp that I'm just basically going to break the tip on it. In drafting, we have a similar device that we use with this that has a series of fingers that will extend the lead out to whatever length we want. And I can take this and open up and drop it down inside the pointer to also control the point thickness. Because there's sometimes when you may want a broader point. So to do that, you can use this just to control it by turning it so many times. Now, I've had this for quite some time.